With DNA, fingerprints, handwriting, ballistics, the basic stuff of criminal investigations, Forensic Files viewers see the same evidence investigators see. But some evidence, like speed, distance, and weight, is hard to visualize. And for that, law enforcement and Forensic Files often turn to three-dimensional animation.
You pretty quickly can see, okay, this is going to need to be shown in 3D because we can recreate it, but it won't show every aspect of the crime. Sometimes it's where the body fell in relationship to the railing and where the car was in the intersection when the crime happened and where the shooter was standing.
Industry veteran Tim McGarvey, who handles Forensic Files 3D animations, says the technology gives viewers a way not only to see evidence, but entire crime scenes.
3D basically implies the ability for the viewer or for the virtual camera to move in three directions. A 2D animation is just an animation in which things move across the screen, left to right and up and down. The 3D animation actually involves a virtual camera that moves around an object. It moves into this space.
Since factual accuracy is paramount, Forensic Files producers provide Tim with all the evidence prosecutors present to a jury.
We put pictures of the crime scene, pictures of the people involved, pictures of the cars involved, anything that will help him make the animation as accurate as possible.
One of Tim's more extensive assignments involved the episode entitled Step by Step. The prosecution claimed the son of a very wealthy Texas woman pushed her down this flight of steps to get her money. He claimed his mother fell in a tragic accident. To show what happened, the physical dimensions of the staircase were measured. The victim's height, weight, and the size of the VCR she was allegedly carrying were also entered into the program.
When we build the virtual scene, we work with the exact details of measurements based on measurements from the scene. There is a calculation in terms of how fast does the body fall.
The truth was in the intangibles. Spatial relationships between the victim, the height of the staircase railing, and where her body landed showed the accident scenario was simply not possible.
It was a very complicated fall. We showed the way that the woman supposedly fell in terms of the measurements of the stairs, how wide the gap was in the stairs, how tall the woman was, and basically illustrated the prosecutor's case.
It's just not possible for this woman to go flying over the rail and land 4 feet from where she should have fallen.
The crime was ideal for a 3D animation because it was impossible to recreate with live actors.
We're not going to get an actress to keep falling over a railing so we could show this, so we had to do it in 3D. So just how he set that animation up and how it really just nails home exactly what we're trying to show, it's got to be one of my favorite animations.
Sometimes something is so small that 3D is ideal. In the episode entitled Fired Up, the killer claimed a clothes dryer burst into flames, burning down his house and killing his wife. But for his story to be true, this valve would have to be connected to the dryer. When forensic analysts found a melted piece of brass on the inside threads of that valve, the killer's story fell apart. 3D allowed Forensic Files to show viewers a theory of the crime that ultimately persuaded a jury.
You can't get away with just showing pictures. You can't get away with just showing the recreations. You have to show the crime from angles that are just impossible to get, and the only way to get them is just to create them yourself with 3D animations.
When we started, everyone has a different idea of what it's going to look like. Generally, when we finish, it always looks better and different than we thought it was going to look.
Thanks for watching Forensic Files.